Alright, let's see if I can make a proper intro without doing any goofy stuff, without having to check my lips, without looking crusty. Let's see if I can start off a really good intro, just so I have a good thumbnail to post when I want to share the actual episode. But alright, let's get through it. I'm starting something new. I probably should get through like the intro. So, comment section podcast et episode 1. Alright, so many of you probably know I've already done an episode for today. I did it with Miss Ayana Smash Jackson. It was a great episode. I enjoyed talking to her. You guys, I suggest you guys try and check out that video for me. But the reason why I'm naming this podcast episode ET episode 1, because I'm separating my podcast into 2 separate series. One is going to be philosophical based, where it's just people exchanging ideas, or me just giving you honest opinions about things, or just talking about a different topic. My ET episodes are going to be entertainment based, so they're going to be about music, they're going to be about TV shows, anime, manga, you name it. It's basically things that I'm responding to from like the outside world. Like it can be related to crazy stuff like 6ix9ine, Roddy and Bobby being home, stuff like that. So I'm separating the two. So I'm making one series for that, and I'm making my PH series for everything else. But the funny thing about it is that people can be on both. I can host interviews and conversations on both. And I didn't put a timer out for this episode, so I don't expect that many views or people to be talking. So my ET episode 1 is going to be my anime watch list. Now this is going to be my anime watch list for the past year or so. Yeah, it's going to be ongoing animes. It's not going to be my top 15 all-time animes. If you don't watch this, then you suck. And really, I should stop saying animes. It's basically just shonens, because there's a bunch of other great animes that I just don't watch. So don't judge me. And we're going to get into it, feel me? Because I actually want to be gaming tonight. Yo, Gabe, what's up? What's good? What's good, Envy? You going to be on Apex tonight? Because I might get on if the guys don't tell me to hop on Destiny 2 with them. Cartoons, yeah. I like it. That's a good one. Yeah, Japanese cartoons. That's what we're gonna talk about. Sorry. Alright, yeah. So I'm gonna be on Apex later on tonight after I film this episode real quick. It shouldn't be that long. It's a sub episode, like I told you. You hit plat yesterday. That's dope. That's dope. I'm gonna get back to the topic though. Alright, so my top 15 anime watch list for the past year. And if you are, a little bit disgusted by me deciding to do anime first, well, truth be told, you don't know me then, because I like anime a lot. I like anime, video games, sports, you name it. But I do have a live action list on the other side of this paper. But the problem is I just didn't do too much research for it, so I'm gonna save that for another episode. So maybe ET episode, entertainment episode 2, I'll do a live action. I will do it. I have a list for it. And I'm just putting that out there. Snowfall and All American are on that list, so I'm not too biased for that. Yeah, One Piece is not gonna be on my list. I'm not. So let's start my anime list. Top 15 watched anime for the past year for me would be number 1 would be Attack on Titan, and I'm gonna get into that a little bit, but yeah, One Piece. I don't watch One Piece. I'm just starting to get into it, and I'm hundreds of episodes behind. So I just felt like it would just be immature to put One Piece on this list, and it's not my cup of tea. I'm just starting to get into it. So there's other things that I've been watching. So Attack on Titan. Now I'm not gonna name the authors. I'm just gonna name like the MC, a little bit synopsis, and then move on from it. Feel me? So Attack on Titan. If Attack on Titan is not on your watch list right now, get off this live, because this video is gonna be out again, feel me, and go watch that. Like, honestly, it's gonna go down as one of the greatest TV shows, not just animes or shonens. It's gonna go down as one of the greatest TV shows of all time. Going up with hopefully, I gotta say this: The Office, Game of Thrones. Even though I'm really not an Office fan, but Game of Thrones, The Wire. Stuff like that. It's gonna go. It's in that conversation for those type of TV shows. Now, the Attack on Titan series follows the main character Eren Yeager after his home city has been decimated by these gigantic creatures called Titans. Made it to a live episode this time. Hey, son of Addy, hopefully you'll be on the next episode for me. Whoa, I gotta be careful not to break this. Hopefully you'll be on the next episode. But yeah, that's dope. Hey, you could drop comments in. The live is like this. It's operated like this, so I can actually respond back to people who are actually watching me film the episode, and the episode is just gonna go out as is until I get an editor. But that's gonna be a while from now, so you're gonna get the rough edits of everything I'm doing live, fresh off the post. What's good, Pink Panther Eddie? Nice seeing you. What are you doing, man? I'm not even sure who that is. I'm really not sure. I'm terrible with names. I don't memorize everybody's name unless like your actual name is in your thing. I'm sorry, but hey, what's good, man? Or woman. I'm really not sure. But yeah, Attack on Titan. Yeah, follows the story of Eren Yeager, and his home city is demolished by Titans. And yeah, these gigantic creatures, humanoid creatures, are called Titans. And he quickly learns that his world is a lot bigger and has a lot more danger than he actually perceived it to be. It dramatically changes the character to MC. Like, we start off with Eren as a young boy, very wide-eyed, hopeful, playful, and everything like that, and he watches his mother basically get eaten by one of these creatures, and it shifts him on the path of revenge and answers, trying to figure out why his mother got eaten, and trying to figure out who or what is responsible for this entire event. And that's where the story kicks off, and we meet characters like Levi, Mikasa, Hanji, Armin. One of my favorites is actually Levi and Armin, because, you know, I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys, but I just suggest you guys watch it. And right now, we're on the final season of Attack on Titan. I do shed a tear because it's been a while. It's been around for a while. I think 7 years now. But I think there's going to be a part 2, because I doubt that they're going to fit all of the manga content into the last season for this final season for Attack on Titan. It just doesn't make sense, because there's still 2 more chapters before the manga even ends. And yeah, I've been watching it. I've been watching the final season, and I've been keeping up to date with it. So yeah, that's my first one. And as tradition, I got water from Sam's Club. Shout out to the people that don't drink water. I'm gonna drink this because, yeah, let's do that. But yeah, I have been keeping up to date with the Attack on Titan final season, and I've been enjoying it. It's been banger after banger after banger. So that's all I can say about that. So if you don't watch Attack on Titan, you should watch it, because it's number 1 on my list for a reason. Now, number 2, we got Jujutsu Kaisen. And tell me if the music is too loud in the back. I got Dave Boogie's playlist playing in the back. These are all songs that he produced, so, you know, he gave me permission to play it in the back, so I'm still bumping it. So check out Dave Boogie's songs. If you need the link to a Spotify, it is in my first PH episode with Dave Boogie. It's in the bio, so go check that out, because he has some great songs that I really enjoy. Because NASA by Andy MH, I like that. It's in my playlist. All the songs are in my playlist, but that one got a star on it, feel me? So next up on the list is Jujutsu Kaisen. Now, a lot of people might not know about this. It's on episode 18 right now. The MC is Itadori Yuji. I'm actually reading off a prompt right now, so don't mind me if I'm looking down. But yeah, the story follows our MC after he loses his grandfather, and figures out that his world is actually filled with curses and these kind of demonic kind of creatures. They're called curses, and some of them take humanoid shapes, and they're actually bred by humans. So the negative emotions and feelings that humans actually create these curses, and they actually plague onto mankind and people. But thankfully, there are people who are jujitsu sorcerers that actually exercise these curses and keep the public safe, but they work in a clandestine organization, and Yuji finds himself a part of that clandestine organization by linking up with technically the master of all curses lives inside of Yuji, because he ate a finger. His name is Sukuna, and he is one of the most badass, nonchalant, give a fuck people you would ever meet in anime. So great animation, great fight scenes. I really enjoyed the last episode, which was episode 18, where Yuji and, I wrote down his name, Todo, yes. Yuji and Todo actually displayed their friendship and were whooping some ass in some anime proper form. 2-on-1, jumping a villain. I love it. But yeah, the animation's dope. The soundtrack is dope. The first opening one was one of my favorite soundtracks, and that says a lot, because I was there for opening 3 for Full Metal Alchemist, and Bleach opening 4, I believe. So yeah, I have a bunch of good soundtracks in my head. But yeah, Highly suggested. The animation is great. Studio Mappa is doing that. Studio Mappa is also doing Attack on Titan. So they're just dropping fire ass episodes week after week. And if you're not watching, then I don't know. I'll give you my VRV so you watch it. Because anybody who knows me, I want you to watch anime. Because we could talk about it, feel me? Because I enjoy it. We're past that stage where it's like, damn, you like anime? Oh, you don't get no bitches. Like, damn, you like anime? You a dork. Well, I'll proudly be a dork then. You're gonna have to fight me, and you won't win. You won't win. But alright, next one on the list, number 3, is Demon Slayer, aka Kametsyno Yaiba. Alright, so the story follows the MC Tanjiro after his family is slaughtered by a mysterious demon. I'm not supposed to tell you who the demon was that did it, so it's part of the story. So he finds himself joining an organization of demon slayers, or the Demon Slayer Corps, that actually has a sole job of fighting and protecting the public against these demons. These demons don't really operate throughout the daytime because they burn by the sunlight. They operate at night, and they are a problem. The story is very gory, very graphic, but it is very lighthearted, and you can find yourself laughing hysterically at some of the episodes. One of my favorite characters is Inosuke, who has he is just a character, let's just say that. He wears a boar's head, like he wears a pig head, and he's just wild. He's just a wild animal. Like every story, every movie, you need that crazy, like, why is he even here kind of character, and Inosuke fits that description perfectly. I enjoy watching the Demon Slayer episodes. I believe Demon Slayer episode 19 or 18 last year was on Twitter. It was breaking the internet, just like Attack on Titan does break the internet every fucking Sunday. Literally every Sunday, like for the past like 7 Sundays, they've been breaking the internet on Twitter, trending. But yeah, I suggest you watch that. Demon Slayer is dope. You'll see characters like the Hashiras, and if you are scared of Michael Jackson, which I've seen some people are, don't watch this, because the main the main antagonist is supposed to be a version of Michael Jackson. Like, he's supposed to be Michael Jackson inspired, with the white fedora. So he's kind of looking like the smooth criminal Michael Jackson on like some demon type shit. So if you're scared of Michael Jackson, just don't watch this. I'm not gonna hold you, because you're gonna be terrified when you see Muzan. He's a smooth criminal with that white fedora. Alright, next on the list we got Vinland Saga. Now, Vinland Saga, unlike the other 3, you can't watch that on VRV or Crunchyroll. You have to go on Amazon Prime. And if you're a student, or if you just like shopping online, I'm pretty sure you have Amazon Prime. So just sign into your Amazon Prime videos and go check out Vinland Saga, because that show is amazing. And that just reminded me, I have a TV show to add to my live action list when I actually get to that video, that's also on Amazon Prime, that I did not put on the list, but I actually been enjoying. So hint, it's called The Boys. So if you don't watch The Boys, I don't know what to say about that. But yeah, Vinland Saga follows the main story of Thorfinn. I won't tell you what happens in the beginning because it's very impactful, but it's his revenge story. It's Thorfinn growing up amongst a bunch of, bandits, aka they're also what you would call Vikings. And he's growing up with them. He's traveling the seas. He's not raping. He's pillaging, because Vikings normally would rape, but they keep it PC in the show. But it's a very mature show. So they pillage, they destroy, they wage war, they go across the lands in northern Europe, and they just decimate stuff. And it's watching Thorfinn, the main character, go through grief, and then go through his revenge story, and then get to a point where he doesn't know what he is, because he's built his life on just revenge, just fighting, just warring. And we see like the political landscape of the world of Vinland Saga. We see how Canute is involved, his father is involved, how the Danish army is involved, how they're trying to invade England. We see my favorite character of season 1. His name is Askeladd, and it was a pleasure watching that season finale, watching his character development, watching how he technically raised Thorfinn. But if the roles were different, if, like, let's say circumstances were different, he regrets what happened with Thorfinn's past. But you just have to go check out the story. Like, that's all I can say. Like, the animation, I think it was Wit Studio that animated it, so they're the same people that technically animated the first couple seasons for Attack on Titan, I believe, or like the 3rd season of Attack on Titan. So yeah, pretty great animation, a great storyline, great story. It's gonna come back later on, I think 2022, maybe 2021 for a second season. So yeah, if you got Amazon Prime, go check out Vinland Saga because it's amazing. Like, it's pretty dope. Alright, after that we have Tower of God. Now, this is one of the newer animes that came off of a Korean manhwa called Tower of God. Shout out to Bally, Valentine, Paminos, feel me, or whatever you want to call him. I know him by different names. He put me on to Tower of God and then God of Highschool, and he also put me on to Gosu on the Webtoons app, which is just Korean manhwas. So there was a crisis in the Japanese anime industry where it wasn't like, there's a lot of mangas, but there wasn't a bunch of good quality shonens that they can actually turn into animations, and they were running out of stuff to actually pick out from. So Korean manhwas took on that role because they technically have not been getting animation, so it took like a joint effort from Korean manhwa writers and animation studios. Oh, excuse me, gotta take a sip of water. Ooh, hopefully you can't hear me drinking because the mic is awfully close. Yeah, it took a collective collaboration from manhwa writers and animation studios to work together and actually animate these stories that technically are supposed to be in Korean but are in Japanese with Korean names. So it's a little tricky sometimes. But yeah, Tower God follows the MC Bomb, or like some people pronounce it Bam, but it's pronounced Bomb for some reason. So yeah, it's basically kind of like an isekai. Like he's dropped into a world where he doesn't know anything about it. He's kind of wildly powerful, but in his own way that he doesn't really know. There's some mystery behind him. Tower God gives you that feel of like Hunter x Hunter, Sword Art Online kind of mixture, One Piece type of mixture with the character development and the actual massiveness of the world that they're in. So it's really a beautiful story, and he meets up with Kun, and my favorite Rack is basically a talking crocodile, if I can describe it in any way. So yeah, I suggest you check it out. Just telling you right now, there's an op. If you get through the season, there's somebody you are not supposed to be trusting, and I'm not going to tell you who, but I don't like that person. So just check it out. It's a pretty good story. I liked it so far. I'm waiting for the second season. I watched it through when it dropped in the summertime, and I was telling people to watch it. If you have been, with me on my page even before I started this podcast, these top 4, well, maybe not Jujutsu Kaisen, but I've actually posted stuff on my page about these actual episodes, about my favorite episodes and some scenes. And I remember the Tower God episode that I posted was the one where Shibitsu kind of punched the chick in the face. I'm not for violence on women, but it was a funny clip. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, a head spun and everything. It was dope. Yeah, I suggest you watch that. It's a pretty good show. I enjoyed it a lot, and I suggest you probably will enjoy it too if you're into anime. All right, number 6 on this list, we got My Hero Academia. Now, this is a widely known anime, and my list is kind of my preference. So take some note into this. If you know that your favorite anime is a little bit lower or a little bit higher on the list, this is just my personal preference. It's mainly like animation, story, fight scenes, stuff like that. So that's just what came into making my decision. So don't take it personally. But number 6 is My Hero Academia. I enjoyed, what was that, the 4th season that just passed, I believe. And yeah, it follows the story of Izuku Midoriya, how he gains the power of One for All from his idol, who is All Might, who has this ridiculously strong quirk. It's a world full of superheroes where 85% of the population has a quirk, which actually enables them to become superheroes or supervillains or somewhere in between. But yeah, it's a superpowered world and a superpowered society where, there's a lot of stuff that goes on. There's villains that attack. There's a change in public perception. There's a ultimate baddie, which is All for One, who is the antithesis of the One for All quirk. And he is also mentoring his own protege, who is Shigaraki. We have great characters in there. I'm reading off my prompts so I don't forget, like Bakugo, Shoto. I'm pretty sure if some of you Meg Thee Stallion fans saw it, like Meg Thee Stallion posted up a picture where she had like one side of her face was like on fire or had a burn mark and the other side was ice. That's Shoto from from My Hero Academia. His quirk is Fire and Ice. He's the son of the number 2 hero. So yeah, the story picks up with just Midoriya getting the quirk, learning how to use the quirk because it's very powerful. It's very strong. He has to figure it out. He goes to the number 1 school in the country for a superhero. It's called UA. The soundtracks are amazing. The endings are amazing. The My Hero Academia movies are pretty good. Dope animation. I would suggest it. I like it. I'm waiting for the 2nd season. I started dipping a little bit into the manga, but I think I'm going to stay anime only for it. So I'm just going to wait for the next season to drop. So if you need something to watch, My Hero Academia, 4 seasons. Pretty dope, pretty amazing. They at least have like 2 or 3 episodes in the season where you're just like jaw to the floor. Like that shit was great. So yeah, go watch that. Go watch that right now. After that, we have number 7, and it's kind of ironic that this one's number 7. It's the 7 Deadly Sins, Nanatsu no Taizai. I have been talking about this for a while. I'm not gonna hold you. So on my YouTube channel, I'm not sure if you checked it out. If you haven't, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I never thought I'd be one of those please subscribe dudes, but yeah, I'm trying to get monetized, and I got about 20 something followers right now. So if I get to 1,000, I could probably get monetized, make some bread off that. So hey, help me help you. So I have more time to do this because all I have to do right now is my schoolwork and games, other stuff like that. So yeah, I got time. I can drop some episodes, and as you can see today, I had time to drop 2 episodes. So yeah, workload. I'm doing that. But yeah, 7 Deadly Sins, also called Nanatsu no Taizai. Now this one is very action packed. Now it suffered season 3 because the animation studio just dropped the ball. Like they changed the animation studios. It was kind of terrible to look at. Oh, it's Abby. Oh, thank you. I love your podcast. Well, I love you too, man. Woman, girl, I'm so awkward. This is just what I am. But yeah, I respect that. I really do. And I'm sharing the love back. Feel me? So thank you for supporting. Thank you for telling me that. It's a big encourager because I can get up here and make videos and actually interact with people and do something that I like. So thank you. The 7 Deadly Sins. Now, it's technically a Romeo and Juliet story, alright? So it follows the tale of Elizabeth and Meliodas. She is the daughter of the supreme deity, and he is the son of the Demon King. Spoiler warning a little bit, but it's not too much of a spoiler. They have been cursed to repeat this fate where Meliodas he's basically immortal, and he is cursed with watching his lover, Elizabeth, reincarnate and die once she gets her memories back within 3 days. And they've been doing this for about 100 something times over the course of thousands of years. So it's a very tragic love story if you actually really look into it, and it's pretty great. The world building is dope. My favorite characters are Bon and Escanor. Escanor is hype beast. Like, I'm telling you, if you need somebody who's not One Punch Man, that basically does whatever One Punch Man does, it's Escanor, because the man takes no L's. Whenever you see him, I think he pulls up in season 2, so you don't really get to see him in season 1. So season 2, when Escanor walks up on the scene, better recognize, because when it's high noon, you'll know. And the people who watch the TV show, because Escanor, he's that man, and he's the sin of pride, so he's very prideful, I'll give you that. But yeah, praise the sun. If you know what I'm talking about, just go watch that. But yeah, the story follows their tragic love story and him trying to figure out how to a way to break the curse. And Meliodas is the leader of this group of knights called the not the Ten Commandments, that's the enemies, called the 7 Deadly Sins. And each one represents a certain 7 deadly sins. So Meliodas is wrath, Bon is greed, King is, I forgot what King is. I think he's sloth, yeah. And yeah, I could run you through, but Escanor is pride and something like that, and I think I'm forgetting a few others. So you have Merlin, and then you have Gother, and if I'm forgetting somebody, I'm probably forgetting somebody, so boo-hoo. But yeah, it's a great series. I've been watching it. It's actually on Netflix, and it actually has a pretty dope English dub. So if you want something casual to watch and that you actually really start getting into, and if you're new to anime and you just want something like, let me test the waters, go watch, go put it on Netflix, 7 Deadly Sins. They do a lot of advertising for it. I personally don't like the fact that it's on Netflix because it takes a hit at the hype. Because a lot of people don't know that the final season for Seven Deadly Sins is on right now and it's airing in Japan. But because it's not being able to, because Netflix owns the licensing for Seven Deadly Sins, they don't allow, like, other platforms like Crunchyroll, VRV, Funimation to actually put it on their platform episode by episode, so English viewers can actually watch the English dub in the English sub when it comes out. So what Netflix does is that they let the series finish, which with the series finishes in Japan, and then they take it, wait a few months, they actually put a dub, and then they put it on Netflix, which it's fun because you get an instant dub, but it's like the hype kind of dies down for the TV show, and it doesn't do it justice. Because right now, like I said, Seven Deadly Sins final season is on right now. It's on episode 7, I think, and yeah, go check that out. I think I'm like a few episodes behind. I haven't checked it out in like a past few weeks, but it's only because you have to go out of your way. I got to go on like these illegal sites to watch it, and I like paying for my stuff, so I don't like doing all the mess around and the run around, so go check that out. Number 8 on my list is Sword Art Online, the Alicization / War of the Underworld arc. I was really enjoying that last year. I think it ended it ended later last year. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's Sword Art Online came back for another season. Hold on, give me 1 second. I got to drink my water again because I've been talking for a while. But yeah, Sword Art Online came back for another season, and it was actually dope. The animation was very crisp. The storyline was great. I won't spoil you. We watched Kirito come back. Basically, Kirito's fighting for his life, but he's been put into this real world game where it's just like the creations in the game are actually real, actually alive, and they believe that they're alive. So it's like a company that was testing with artificial intelligence, and they were trying to figure out, was there a way to make artificial intelligent beings actually believe that they were alive and actually have their own conscience and their own free will. So that's the focus that it tackled inside the Alicization arc, watching them create some type of artificial life and watching Kirito actually encounter with that artificial life inside the series, with some action scenes, of course, with some world building, with some great sword scenes and fighting scenes. I really enjoyed it. And yeah, there was some death, and even though they were made up, technically they called them flushlights or something like that. These were AIs that actually believed that they lived. So, the deaths were actually very impactful, even though you knew that they weren't actually real people, but in their world, they were real people. That's all they knew. So the story, it really teeters on the idea of what it is to be human, what it is to own like a sense of free will, and what it is to actually have a soul. And that's what I really took away from the Alicization and the Underworld, the War of the Underworld arcs that they had. So it was pretty dope. I suggest you go watch it. That's on VRV. It's on Crunchyroll. I think it's on Funimation. So go check it out. We see characters. The main villain is Gabriel Miller. We see characters like Asuna, Alice, and that's the ones that I wrote down. So yeah, go check that out. Number 9 on my list is Fire Force. Now, Fire Force, I really did enjoy it, season 1. Season 2 was just like meh for me. It was like a few good episodes here and there. There was a lot of world building for like the next season, which I think is going to hit it out of the park. But yeah, Fire Force follows the story of Shinra Kusubi, and he's trying to figure out his powers. He's trying to figure out the mystery behind spontaneous combustion. It's a world where people randomly just catch on fire, and they really don't know why it happens. I won't tell you why it happens. You have to go watch the story for yourself. But yeah, go watch that. It takes place in that world, in that verse. It's the same author or creator that made Soul Eater, with those wacky designs and the crazy smiling moon. So if you ever watched Soul Eater or were a fan of Soul Eater back in the day, this could be your next show because it's pretty dope. He's part of Fire Force Squad 8. So it's a very wacky, cool Fire Force squad that its task or job is to investigate the rest of the Fire Force squads to figure out if like anybody's working for the enemy behind the scenes. Yeah, there's some enemy behind the scenes. It's called the Evangelists that we don't really know who or what it is. I won't tell you, what we do know at this point. But yeah, go check it out. It's very cool. The main characters and MCs and the other side characters, they technically have like these crazy, ridiculous fire fire-based powers and abilities that are actually very creative, and seeing how like the author and the creator wrote and made and illustrated all these fire abilities and everything like that. So it's very new, it's very free flowing. I like the animation. The animation is one thing about Fire Force animation. It's crisp, it's beautiful, like you will be blown away. They really take their time, and I really enjoy that. So that's what keeps me on. So hopefully next season it picks up a little bit more, we see a little bit more action scenes, the animation stays crisp, and I'll be right there for it. But yeah, next one we have number 10, and I have on number 10 is the God of Highschool. Now the God of Highschool followed the Tower of God. It's a different series, but it was one of those Korean manhwas that got a Japanese anime adaptation, and I really enjoyed it when it came out. The first like maybe 6 or 7 episodes or so, but then the pacing is what got me a little bit like because I saw one of my friends, shout out to Paminos, shout out to Bally, feel me, give me 1 second, I got a drink. Man, I would really be chewing through bottles of water if I did this all day, every day. But yeah, shout out to the people that don't drink water, because what are you doing? But yeah, it was my friend Bally that told me, like, yo, he likes reading the Korean manhwas and everything. He's like, yo, they're going through it a little fast. And I realized what he was saying, because after a certain point, I started reading like through the manhwa chapters, and I got up to like manhwa episode chapter 400 something, and then I was just like, damn, yeah, they were really chewing through that first season a lot, and hopefully, you know, they fixed the pacing, because they kind of took a hit on the story and the content. But the animation was dope, the animation was beautiful, the fight scenes were beautiful, but I want them to at least slow down, take some time, really thresh out the story, thresh out the characters, and don't rush, because I feel like they were trying to rush just to get enough out there for people to latch onto and be like, this is dope, so they can get the second season. So hopefully they don't make the same mistake as the first season, because if they do, God of Highschool will not be getting a third season animation, because the pacing was a little bit weird. It should be high on my list, but it's not. So yeah, it was just pacing, but the story follows Jin Mori, and I won't tell you what he is or who he is, but I'm just gonna give you a hint. Monkey King. So you figure that out. All right. It follows the story of his relationship and friendship with Han, with Mira, his technically nemesis kind of relationship with Mujin Park, and his pops, who is a OG, who is a Ray Taekwondo, you know, master. So yeah, it takes a lot of tropes from actual real fighting experience, even though it is an anime, even though a lot of the hits are exaggerated and there's like kind of super abilities and everything, but at its base, it's a lot of real fighting experience. Like, you'll learn a few things, a few techniques from watching that TV show. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Especially the tournament arc was great. I really loved it. Just watching and seeing how different people came up, different character designs, the fights. And if you were on my page in the summertime, I was posting a whole lot of hype about this TV show when it first dropped, especially the first fight that we saw Jin Mori in the MC. So yeah, The God of Highschool, you can check that out on VRV, or you can check it out on Crunchyroll or Funimation. Yeah, it will not disappoint. If you want to see action, if you like to see hands, if you like to see fights, you'll really enjoy that. So I had to fix myself real quick. Next episode, we got I said next episode. Next anime on the list, number 11. We have 4 more left. So hey, this video is about to be wrapped up soon. We got The Promised Neverland, and I'm not sure if you guys have known or about The Promised Neverland, but hey, I called it. I'm just putting it out there. Go on my YouTube, links in the bio. I have a link tree in my bio. And go on my YouTube, go outside of the comment section series, which is where I've been posting like a lot of these videos. I'll be posting this episode and the other episode I did earlier today on my YouTube, on the Facebook, on the comment section Facebook page. So go check that out. Links in the bio. Get me to 1,000 subs. I'm gonna keep putting that out there until we get to 1,000 subs. And when we get to 1,000 subs, get me 1,000 more. I don't know. Like, this is what we're gonna have to do. But like on one of my old Facebook, old YouTube videos, I made a top 10, like, you know, anime list, and I was just like, which ones are really going to blow up, which ones are going to be great, and I had the 7 Deadly Sins on that list, I had My Hero on that list, I had Attack on Titan on that list. Well, Attack on Titan was already lit. I had Fire Force on that list, and I had The Promised Neverland, and I had Black Clover, and another one that I have on this list as well. So I'm pretty good at predicting what's going to blow up. So the Promised Neverland was one of the ones that I really thought was going to blow up. I was reading it in the manga at the time. I fell off on the manga because I was just like, I really want to wait for the animation, and I waited for the animation, and now it's become an anime only. But I haven't really checked out season 2. I've been letting it build up because, I've just been watching a lot of stuff, and I know by the time I finish watching those things, like, WandaVision, a lot of this anime, Attack on Titan, I'm going to need something to watch, so I'm going to fall back on the Promised Neverland. So, yeah, so Promised Neverland picks up with Emma, Ray, and Norman, and these are the top 3 smartest kids in this. I don't know how to describe it. It's an orphanage, but there's something mysterious and ominous, excuse me, about the orphanage, and that's where the story begins. It's where the kids start learning the truth about where they live. And that's why it falls under the name The Promised Neverland, because it's supposed to be a paradise for children, but it's not. And I won't tell you what's really going on behind the scenes, because each episode is how the kids are crawling and scratching and seeing what's going on behind the scenes, and then figuring out a way to get out of there. So shout out to little Phil, because you're going to see who Phil is if you do take some time and watch the series. Phil's a cute little black kid inside the series, and he be knowing. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, if you ever see Phil in your house, just know that whatever he saw and you think he didn't see, he saw. So yeah, shout out to Phil. But yeah, you're gonna just take some time to watch that series. It's less action packed. It's more of a mind game. It's more mystery. It's more use your brain. It's kind of Death Note-y, but the stakes are very high, and it's children just trying to figure out the world around them. So I suggest you go give that show a try. The Promised Neverland. I really highly recommend it. But I don't know about season 2. So I've been hearing, at first I heard like, hey, when anime only, and normally when things go anime only, that's a problem because it's not original content. It's not exactly what people are used to. But I heard the Promised Neverland manga had like some rough patches or some inconsistencies. So maybe they're going anime only to clear that up and to make it a better story overall. And if they're doing that, then I suggest it go all the way. But you know what? Just go check it out on your own. If you like it, let me know. If you don't, let me know, because I'm going to check it out and I'm going to tell you if I like it or not. So yeah, I'm just going to let it build for now. So next episode we got Black Clover. Now, I know Black Clover is very popular and a lot of people like it. I am one of them. I actually read it, so this is not a biased opinion why I have it number 12 on the list. It's just the fact that the animation, man, like Studio Period, they're the GOATs, and it's been rumored that they're going to pick up the new Bleach season, the final Bleach season, the 1,000 Year Blood War arc, which they better not fuck that up, feel me? Because I've waited years for Bleach to come back. So yeah, Studio Period's been animating Black Clover, and the problem about it is this Black Clover takes no breaks, man. It's just been every week since it came out, like maybe taking the most like a 1 week, 2 week break off. It's just been dropping episodes, and I'm just like, that's dope, but like the animation takes a big hit. Sometimes it's just very hard to watch. Like, I feel like they should just go on a seasonal breaks, like My Hero, like Attack on Titan, like a bunch of other series. Like literally all the other series on this list go on a seasonal breaks, and I have no complaints about their animation whatsoever, except for season 3 for Seven Deadly Sins, which was just like, I don't even want to talk about that. But yeah, Black Clover, it's a great story. You follow this main character, Asta, and he's just a boy born into this world without magic, and it's a world full of magic. So, and kind of like magic kind of dictates where you rank in society. On top of being a noble and being a royal, there's a lot of politics in between. But if you are a magicless peasant, which is the main character, then you get no respect in that world. But it's Asta's road to becoming the Wizard King, to becoming the leader of that country. It's him saying that even though I have no magic, even though I was born magicless, even though I was born as a peasant, I can still be great. And that's a great storyline to have. But Asta then, strikes luck, and he becomes lucky enough to get this devil power, which gives him a 5-leaf grimoire and a bunch of OP abilities that technically nullify magic without actually him gaining magic. But having the ability to nullify magic in a world of magic is kind of dope, and it's kind of overpowered. So yeah, he's just a hardworking, great MC. I suggest you turn down the volume if you're watching Black Clover, the first season or the first few episodes, because his yelling was a little obnoxious in like the first 3 episodes. I'm not gonna hold you. They toned it down, but that's what people were complaining about in the beginning. But yeah, Studio Period was making that, and you can kind of see like where the animation kind of drops off at, because they didn't expect to keep going on a daily basis, like on a weekly basis. But yeah, I still have faith in Studio Period. I just believe that they shouldn't be doing anything on a weekly basis. Like, anime shouldn't be done on a weekly basis. Like any other TV show, you can't milk it for profit that much. Like, just get it done in seasons. Make sure the quality's dope. Make sure the quantity is like, proportionate to the to the quality. And yeah, just stop rushing episodes every week. Like, it's really taking a hit. Like, the story for Black Clover is amazing, but it would be even better if they didn't make episodes every week. That's just the main point. It would be a lot higher on the list if it was a seasonal anime and it actually looked dope, and I had a lot more episodes to reference for, like, hey, that was beautiful animation, or they really took their time with that. But like, there's like, search up Black Clover like bad animation clips, and you'll just be astonished, like, to see like, the 2-year-old draw this. Like, it's really bad sometimes. But yeah, Black Clover's dope. Hey, yo, shout out to Noel, Mario Leona, some great characters in that, some great support cast. And in that world, they're actually fighting devils, so it's actually funny that Asta has a devil that he's working with, but he's actually fighting devils. But yeah, you're just gonna have to get into it. You're just gonna have to see what's going on with that. Number 13 on the list is Bongou Stray Dogs. Now, this is an unknown anime, but anytime I refer anybody to this anime, they enjoy it. Like, they really do like it. Bongou Stray Dogs is a dope ass anime. You follow the story of Atsushi, I believe. Yeah, Atsushi. It's a very weird name, but it's like a homeless kid that was born with this ability, and he's basically been mistreated all his life until he finds his way into this town, well, the city, and they have this agency of gifted individuals that take him in and become his family. And you understand the inner workings of that agency and the things that they do to protect the town, and them fighting between the mafia, and then in later seasons fighting against another invading force that just wishes to dominate the city that they're from. So yeah, you'll meet a lot of good characters in that thing, like Dazai, Ranpo, and I'm not even gonna try to say the last guy's name. You know what I'm gonna try? Atagawa. Yeah. He's the antagonist for the main character, so they have a little bit of a rivalry going on. But yeah, if you like a little bit of, like, mystery, super powered, fight action scenes, friendship involved, a lot of high stakes sometimes, I suggest you check that out. It's a pretty dope anime, and the animation is fluid. It's great. It's beautiful to look out. They even have a movie or two up. You can watch it on VRV. So yeah, I suggest you go check that out. Bongou Stray Dogs. And remember, who told you to go watch it? Because it has 4 seasons and it's great. I think it has 3 seasons, maybe 4. I don't know. I'm a jack. 14 on the list. We're getting to the end of the list. So we have the Rising of the Shield Hero. Now, this is an isekai anime, basically meaning that the main character was just dropped off into a world of that he knows nothing about. It's a brand new world. Like, he's from a different universe or dimension. And to say like he went from the real world to the isekai anime world, and that's what makes an anime an isekai anime. So basically dropping a character who was not in that verse into that verse and letting them learn the verse with the audience, basically. And so we're learning about the world that he's in as he's in that world. So it basically follows the story of Naofumi, because he's one of the 4 great heroes. He is the shield hero, and they're trying to stop this great cataclysm in their world from destroying their world. And the shield heroes, or the actual 4 great heroes, are supposed to be helping to stop it. But when Naofumi gets there, they're kind of like, nobody really likes the shield hero here, so you're kind of useless, and they mistreat the shield hero. So you'll pick it up from there. You meet great characters and supporting characters in there, like Raphtalia and Philo, which are great. I suggest you like it. One of my favorite. It was one of my favorites to watch. I actually didn't think I'd actually enjoy the anime, but I gave it a try. I really enjoyed it, and it's a good, what was it, like 12, maybe 24 episodes. So hey, go check that out if you got some free time. It's on VRV, it's on Crunchyroll, and it should be on Funimation. So yeah, if you really do want something new to watch and you haven't really heard of it, The Rising of the Shield Hero. And last but not least, actually it could be least because I did put it last on my list. I'm not gonna hold you. It is Boruto. I'm closing my book for now. Naruto's son. Now, my problem with Boruto is that it's very kiddie. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. I read the manga. It's more serious. It's more high stakes. It's a little bit further ahead from the anime. The anime just started getting into the content for the manga, but I still need to get back into it, honestly. It's not the same as Shippuden. Shippuden was a whole different vibe. It was a whole different feel. And I know it's not catered to me personally, but it could be better. I'm not going to hold you. And yeah, I'm just there because, I just like Naruto. Like, I watched him go from being the boy in the village that everybody hated to being the Hokage, man. So, and now he has a son and a family. He married Hinata. Like, hey, I've been rooting for Naruto all my life. So, of course, I'm going to root for his son. But his son is a little bit annoying in the beginning. I'm not going to hold you. So my suggestion is watch the Naruto, the last movie leading up into like, chapter 700 and everything. Watch the Boruto movie and then just pick it up from like episode 140 something for Boruto and just watch from there. You can watch a few episodes from the past, like maybe like the Momoshiki fight, which was dope. I believe Studio Period did that fight. So, hey. But yeah, that's my personal take on Boruto. It's very kiddie, and it's made for a younger generation, so it's not really made for like me to be watching and complaining about it, but it could be better. Come on. Oh, excuse me. Gotta take a drink. Man, somebody should do a montage of how many times I drink water throughout like an episode. It's really ridiculous. But yeah, that's my top 15 anime watch list for the past year. I'll probably do a later one for anime of all time because you got to take into account old school, new school anime. It's a whole debate within the community. But my next episode on this entertainment entertainment series on the podcast will probably be my top 15 live action TV shows. I got TV shows like so your first ever anime was Dragon Ball Z. I'm not gonna hold you. Yeah, it was Dragon Ball Z. It was either Dragon Ball Z or Pokemon, but the one that I was really watching was Dragon Ball Z because Pokemon was just always there. And Yu-Gi-Oh was always there, but it was Dragon Ball Z. I remember watching the battle on Namek, and that's what it was like, oh shit, this is lit. I remember watching the battle between Goku and Vegeta on Earth before the Battle of Namek, and that's what really brought me into it, feel me? So yeah, Dragon Ball Z is definitely gonna be on that, top 15 all time. I'm not gonna say because like it's just nostalgic. It's the Godfather. You gotta put it on the list. I'm not saying it's better than a lot of the animes that came after it, but it's like if Dragon Ball Z wasn't Dragon Ball Z, anime would not be where it's at right now. So we gotta pay homage. But my next EP in my entertainment podcast, I keep messing this up because it's a new thing. So the comment section podcast entertainment episode 2. That's a mouthful. That's why I just say ET episode 2 is going to be my top 15 live action playlist or watch list from the past year that I've been watching on Netflix, Hulu, and Disney Plus. So, and also Amazon Prime because I need to add The Boys to that list. So you're going to see stuff like, Flash, The Boys, Snowfall, and stuff like that on that list. So maybe for the people who are not really into anime, they've probably been confused but still show love throughout this video. I got a video for you guys for like, the stuff that I actually watch that normal people watch. So yeah, so I got some live action stuff. Oh yeah, I just finished watching the latest episode of All American. And I'm just gonna say, like, whose idea was it to bring all them dramatic ass people to the cabin thinking that nothing was gonna happen? I swear that show is so damn dramatic, but it's like I like it for that. Like I just like it for that film. Just like I tune in every week, but you knew something was gonna happen when all of them went to the cabin. Like, you could have just left that man to grieve and everybody just minded their business. But now relationships is up in air and this one want to know this and they not. I just love the show, man. Like, All American is dope, man. Like, yeah, bro, All American is dope, man. I tell you, for real. Like, I really just like it. They could do a little bit better with some of like the football scenes because it's just like, as a person that played football, it's like, like some of them hits don't be looking like hits and they just be, running around jogging and shit. Like, could do a little bit better with that, but yeah, it's like a football 90210. So, and what's crazy? We gotta stop casting like 20 damn near 30-year-old people to be playing high schoolers, because every time they do the close-up, these dudes be having like full-grown beards like that they just shaved off, so you see like the stubble and everything. Like they need to start casting people like 22, 21, 20, 19. Like, those are the people you want to cast for the like, TV shows of people in high school, because these dudes are some big ass high schoolers, bro. Like, I was not like that in high. I'm still don't look like that in high, like, as a 22-year-old, bro. Like, so it's like some of these people they just cast for these roles. They're too damn grown. Like, it's way too damn grown. Like, I think like what's his name, Mitchell Russo from like Disney Channel was one of them, and like the brother from Hannah Montana was another one. Like, that dude was damn near 30 when he was filming, supposed to be like a 19-year-old on that show. Like, they need to chill, bro. They need to start getting some actors that are actually 19, 18, you know, trying to kickstart their careers. But I get it. They want dudes that actually have some acting experience, and the best ones are probably like, yeah, a little bit old. But come on, like, you can act like you can't get an acting coach to teach people how to act. Because, like, if Power is out here giving people jobs that have no business acting, like, have you seen some of the Power actors for book 2? Like, there'll be a great actor on one side and there'll be a terrible actor on the other side, just like, and you see the contrast, because it's like, you're not feeding off that energy. Like, you probably don't deserve the job. But, like, come on, they need to start hiring some young people. I'll do it. Like, I'll get up in there and act. Like, who you want me to play? I actually look like somebody who's in high school. I just shave this off. No, you don't see stubble everywhere and shit like that. I'll give you a baby face. I'll get in there. Like, All American, hire me. I look like a high schooler. Like, but yeah, talent is very hard to find these days, but that's a fact. But yeah, hey, this has been the Comment Section Podcast Entertainment Episode 1. So I'll be splitting, like I said in the beginning. I'll be play Spencer James. Hey, oh shit, like, and how does that man be acting sometimes? He be sad look, pout face. I don't know, man. It seems like Compton just want me to get to state, and I just got a lot on my shoulders. He's always He's always like, you know, making a fist for no apparent reasons, bro. Like yo, Spencer James just be in there, bro. He'd be like, if it wasn't for Coop, I don't know, man. But you know, I just gotta keep strong, gotta soldier through, cause I gotta make the state. I gotta make state. Like, but nah, that ass. Yo, Addy, you'll do it. Like, let's get on that. Let's get on All American and actually be people that look that age. But yeah, this has been the Comment Section Podcast Entertainment Episode 1. Like I said before, I'll be splitting the episodes between philosophical episodes, which I already have 3 of those out, which they more or less correlate to like just conversation topics, not limited to entertainment. Like, it's literally removed from entertainment, removed from the media, removed from all this. It's just conversations between people. It's thought processes. It's my opinions and thought process on a lot of different topics. So those will stay in the philosophical episodes on, still on my page, still on the Comment Section Podcast. And on the opposite side, I will now start doing these Comment Section Podcast episodes on entertainment. I'll be interacting with people more and more inside the lives, because I'm just talking about the things that we all watch, like, you know, TV shows, anime, manga, comic books, you know, movies. I'm even gonna probably, if I have the time and, you know, if I have the confidence, start doing reviews on different episodes on things that people really like to watch. Like, I don't mind reviewing All American, or I don't mind reviewing certain TV shows or animes. So I'll start getting into that later on down the line. But hey, we here. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming into the live. Thank you for watching, showing support. Hey, do me a favor, when I post this on the IGTV and post this on the YouTube, like and subscribe to the YouTube. Go to the Facebook page, like it up. Feel me? I got 3,000 people on here. I know 3,000 ain't active, but if I get a good 1,000 out of here, bro, like, come on. So yeah, like, yo, just pull up and just like the video, save the video, because I studied the Instagram algorithms, and if you don't save the video, it's not as good as a like. So if you save it, share it, do whatever you want. I don't care, even if you don't look at the video, or you just don't like seeing my ugly mug in your face or on your phone too much. But I'm there. We finna laugh a lot, I feel. Hey, yo, Addy, you gotta pull it up. You gotta pull up. We're gonna talk about Mortal Kombat. I saw the trailer, man. We could talk about that. We talk about some kickback stories. We talk about basic training. We talk about all that, man. It's been a pleasure. Yo, it's Anselm signing out. Feel me? I don't even think I did my intro. Yo, shout out Night Josh. Shout out PS111. Shout out OLPH. Shout out Chicago. Shout out Hume 2 Family. Shout out UA. Shout out Echo 354. If you know, you know. Feel me? And yo, shout out to Bot Envy. Shout out to the people we about to whoop ass on Apex, because I'm about to see if I can get on real quick. But I got to do a lot of editing and stuff like that. So you know me, I'll be on late. But yeah. Yeah, so season 7 for the Flash coming out. Yeah, that is coming back. It's actually, the Flash is actually on my list. So we're gonna talk about that in episode 2 on the on the entertainment series. So I'm gonna call this one. It's been real, people. Good night. I'll see y'all in the next episode. Peace.